Good morning, guys. Good Sunday morning. We had a ride today from Dagny's to Keene, probably. I don't know where they ended up going, but I didn't show. I was going to go do it instead of going to the range or something like that. But not feeling super social today, to be honest. So I decided to not do it. Instead, I'll show you what I did do. I'm blind in my right eye, so having the phone over here was good and everything, but I have to look across to see it, so I moved it over here. This is the new RAM mount that we got, and I stole this little one from Ben's bike. He's got the tall one now. And then I went ahead and mounted this here for now. We'll see how that does. There's the view. Anyway. Let's go for a little ride. No backpack, no place to be, no work for me. I love these old neighborhoods like this. Even the old rundown houses have a beauty to them, you know? Guy out running his dog. It's just a quiet Sunday morning. This is Orange Street. They put new curbs in. That's kind of cute. First house I ever bought was on this street. Bought it at the height of the bubble and lost half of everything immediately. But it was our house. Oh, they took the chain link down. That was it. 1911 Orange Street. Oh, they've put windows in. That's cute. I think this is called Wall Street. All these paintings is pretty cool. Guy's on his lunch break or morning break. There's Guthrie's Alley Cat. Lucky Club tattoo. Never really spent a lot of time going through this. This is Wall Street, Bakersfield, California. There's the mural for the women's temperance. I don't know if I've ever showed this before. And there's the one for the, oh, what do they call it? I don't know. Anyway, the girl in the yellow dress is supposed to be my wife. There's world famous Jerry's Pizza. They've had all kinds of people playing there before they ever hit it big. And I don't do the club thing, and I'm not big in the music scene, so I don't know who, but I've heard people talk about it. I've never been inside of there. Nothing says I can't. I'm glad that turned out to be a restaurant. That old Crest Building was covered by a bunch of junk. I should go back around there and show you that. That old Crest Building was covered by a facade. This is the Crest Building. This is one of the old 1920s. Right across from the old Woolworth. Pretty cool. Matter of fact, if you guys don't know, this is the last Woolworths building this is the last Woolworths building in the United States that still has the luncheonette counter, and it is a functioning luncheonette counter. Now, this isn't Woolworths, obviously, but they've kept all this stuff up, which is pretty cool. Anyway, they kept it all up, and the counter is the original counter, which I think is kind of neat. I like that old stuff. They're open at noon. Maybe I'll swing back by and have lunch or something. Can't go home. The air conditioner doesn't work. Oh, let's see. That is a do not enter. There is literally no traffic this morning. I'm going to go ahead and break the law. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Our homeless population the last few years has absolutely exploded. They said, and I don't know how true it is because I also heard that, no, that's not true. Check out this building with the black and white kind of motif going on. It says 1800. I'm going to go ahead and cross here, and we'll come over here real quick. That's the Sill building. I'm going to park right here in front of this red. So that 1800 building, that had like this funky facade, and it had like shingles on the front. It was horrible looking. Oh, like that's a cuckoo clock. Where the hell's a cuckoo clock? It's the crossing thing for the blind people. Anyway, that building had like this crusty old facade on it. It looked horrible, and they were going to tear the building down. The people that bought it, because there was a restaurant in there for a little while called Tapas, and then it was something else, and I think it was a club before Tapas. Anyway, and Tapas was cool, man. They came out with this drink. It was a big old margarita with a 7-ounce Corona. As you drink the margarita, the Corona would slowly empty into the and it was, you know, over time turned into a beer. That was really cool. I know that's stupid, but I had one back before I really drank. Anyway, get you a better look at this place. There was like this crusty facade, and the top half was covered, and all that stuff was covered. And they didn't know what was under it, because, you know, over time you lose your history, right? And the people who knew had forgotten or didn't care or whatever. I don't know, but which is reasonable. You know, who cares about a building you're not invested in? So yeah. So anyway, they started to tear the building down. They were going to rip the whole thing down, and they tore the facade off first, and they saw that, and it's just like, oh my goodness, this thing is gorgeous. So they went ahead, and I think they turned it around and sold it to someone else, or they sunk the money into it. I'm not sure which, but a company came in and restored it. They gutted the building. I mean, completely gutted it. All new plumbing and electrical, and they left this facade, and it's gorgeous. It is a really good looking building, I think, and they thought so too. They sunk the money into it. That's a restaurant now, but I think that was an old bank. It's just beautiful. You see some of our older buildings down here. Really neat looking buildings, some of them. Look at this building. I don't know if you see up at the top. This says Haberfeld. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, thank goodness for the shade. It's already hot. It's going to be miserable here. No turning. I like that they put fake grass in there. It's the only green thing in the whole area. This Chase building used to be a different bank, and now it's Chase, and I can't remember who it was back in the day. 1675 Chester. I'll show you another cool building. Let's go look at this real quick. This used to belong to a law firm, Borton Petrini, Cohen Stiles or something. I don't remember. Borton Petrini anyway. Anyway, the city bought the building from them. That's a gorgeous building. That's fake grass too. That's weird. Anyway, they went through and turned that into part of City Hall, which is back across the street the other way. The main body of City Hall. Obviously the Padre Hotel. I can't remember if there was anything from that in the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride last year, but that was part of the ride. We stopped there. This is the Californian, the local newspaper. Look at how cool that is. Yeah, the Bakersfield Californian, and I think it still belongs to the Californian. Look at the add-ons they've done. God, I hope you can see all that. I guess I should. Yeah, the Sill building, that's pretty cool. Do not enter. Some of the stuff's one way. That was a trend for a while. There's the Padre again. There's Wall Street. Some of these buildings, this is the old post office. This one here in the Nile Theater. And then the Fox, back in the 90s, the Fox went through a major renovation. I think they're probably due for one again. The Fox is a gorgeous building. There's a lot of inside too. You see that old 1920s concrete? That to me is almost as interesting, probably as interesting as the facade. This is our fire station. This was, I think, you know, I don't know how old this fire station is, but you can tell how old it looks. Pretty cool fire station. That's our downtown fire station. Let's go this way. I'm trying to think right over there is where Dagny's is. That's where I would have met the guys if I wasn't an antisocial creep today. Oh, wow. What are they doing? What are they doing? Oh, this is, okay. Where are you at, John? This is where they're redoing the main road through town. 178 is going to be a little bit beefier coming through downtown. I think fewer stops. I don't know exactly how that's going to be, but... Oh, let's look at this real quick. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is Sinaloa restaurant. Mexican dinners. I've been in there once in my life when I was a little kid. This is the Carpenters Union Hall. And it used to be, they shared it with the Electricians Union. And all the time I grew up, this was the Electricians Union Hall. And my two grandpas, my dad's dad and my mom's dad, were absolute legends. But Lorraine's desk was there, the front deal where the books were, where you came in to sign the books to get on for work. And this was Grandpa's office. My Grandpa Jim did 2 terms as the business manager for this union local, and he was a big name. He was a big name in the entire union. They all knew who he was. If you're in the electrical union and you don't know who Jim Devers was, then you're young. Anyway, that was his office when I was a kid. When I was really little, back in the 70s. I think in the 80s too. I can't remember what years he served as the big man. I'll show you this real quick. They came down through like 10 years ago and they put all this stuff in. And this is pretty. It's gorgeous. See the bridge? Love that bridge. Anyway, there's another one. We're going to go back right now and I'll show you. Do not enter the water. This is a canal. So this is not a... we're not going to be too far from this. I'll go ahead and leave some of this other stuff. I'll take the phone with me. I want to take a picture or two. The camera should be fine. Anyway, yeah, they put that bridge there to connect that and that. I believe they're the same property. Look at that. Man, I could absolutely go swimming today. which I could if I wanted to, but I don't actually want to. Look at that. There's more of our homeless population. The mill house, that's cute. I love it. You see the little mill wheel, the vestigial mill wheel. That is just too cool. How cool would it be to go for a little walk down through here? I like this better. Anyway, I don't want to wander too far off from the bike. Anyway, it goes back over by the library. We'll go check out the library real quick, and then the globe. That's pretty cool. Those fountains are neat. I really like them. I still got my 7/16. At least it's not the 10mm. That would be a little too cliche. Everywhere I go, I take my 10mm with me. Am I still recording on this one? Yes, I am. God, I hope it's recording. Yeah, it's recording video. Alright, we'll go over there and then we'll shut it down. It's going to be a long one. Need to keep them under 30. Well done. That was a great ride. It thinks I'm riding a bicycle. That's how rough the suspension is on this. I don't say rough. It's not rough. It's tight. It's smoothing out. Oh. Okay. Yeah, Mexicali is one of the worst restaurants of any genre I've ever eaten at. There are people who absolutely love it. They think it's great. It's the best Mexican food in the world, and it's oh my God, it's atrocious. The one over on California by our house is the one we went to occasionally, and it was more or less glorified Taco Bell. They use the same kind of shredded lettuce that Taco Bell does. The meat wasn't a whole lot better. There's nothing about it. The salsa, that was it. When you sat down and got chips and salsa, that was what distinguished it for me, was that somebody served you and that you got chips and salsa. That's what distinguished it from Taco Hell. I couldn't stand Mexicali. And then twice in my life I came and ate at this one, and like a decade apart those two times, and absolutely horrible. There is, on the way to there, no, we're not going to do it because it's way back over there. Wrong one. Let's just turn around. They brought the Chinese in to build railroads, and the labor was just didn't cost anything, and it's the only reason they were able to build the railroads. And the Chinese just wanted a better life when they came, and eventually they got it, but man, they went through hell. Just like the black people that were brought here went through hell before they got theirs, just like the Irish, just like so many other groups. I seriously doubt this light's going to sense that I'm here and change for me. I'll give it the opportunity one more time, but there you go. That is motorcycling too, my friends. I'll tell you something. That guy's on a bike just as much as I am. I love that. I think that's so cool. You're getting where you want to go on two wheels, and hopefully he's enjoying the ride. Although I'll say this, he's probably not enjoying his ride as much as I'm enjoying mine. Yeah, see, I knew that was going to happen. I'm just going to go because you can here. That's the law. If the light doesn't change in a reasonable amount of time. This is the main library branch. I worked here for a while as a security guard. They had a lot of problems with homeless back then too. But this is where I met my wife. There's that canal we were just looking at over there. And that's the that bike rack is where I used to chain my motorcycle. I had that little Trail 100 you've seen me do pictures of. And I'd chain it to there while I was working. That way people wouldn't steal it. It's just too easy to steal it, you know. Here's this globe thing. This is kind of where I was going to wrap it up, guys. I don't even know if the... How's it going? So yeah, that's a globe of the world, and it's floating. And man, you can barely see the globe. There's India. Antarctica, I think. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There's India. Southeast Asia. This is a solid piece of granite though, and it's floating on that. There's Africa and Europe. They've got it spinning the wrong way. That's all right. The poles are going to shift here pretty soon and kill us all, and then it'll be spinning that way anyway. I'm kidding. Anyway, that's about it. I'm going to wrap the video up, guys. A little bit of sightseeing in Bakersfield, California. On the streets of Bakersfield. Stop singing, John. Yeah, I know. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bicycle tire.